Namaste, Jai Kali, Jai Mahadev, Jai Bharat. I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. Remember, if you're fit and fine, you can take better care of your loved ones. So today we are going to talk about, emotional maturity, or whether at all you are emotionally mature. So mature, everyone knows, and emotional also everyone knows. So what is emotional maturity first? Emotional maturity is something when you're able to identify your emotions properly and you react accordingly. Not react in a very disconnected or disassociative manner or in a very impulsive manner. So, this is what emotional maturity is: identifying and managing and handling and expressing it in the right way, and not just blasting anyone. If you love someone, then just go out there and start hugging and kissing, or if you hate someone, you start just beating them. No, emotional maturity is where you handle things more maturely, especially your emotions. So one of the first ways that I would suggest you all to rather, the way that would help you guys to be more emotionally mature would be to identify your emotions. First, you need to identify your emotions as to how you are feeling, why you are feeling, and how you need to react to it. This is what maturity is all about. If you're agitated or if you're angry, that doesn't mean that you need to have that emotion throughout the day. So that is where identifying emotion becomes very essential. So if you're agitated or if you're angry, resolve it then and there. Don't carry on that anger and agitation throughout the day and keep on expressing it in some way or the other, or someone or the other. So identifying your emotions and reacting to it, maturely, is the first point. The second way that I would like to suggest is to take responsibility. So first of all, take responsibility of how you feel or how you make yourself feel. Only when you are in charge of your own self or how you feel, you would not be so easily affected by others' views, or maybe by others' words, gestures, or actions. So become more responsible and take more responsibility, at least in the first place, about, all about yourself. So be responsible when you talk, be responsible when you react to things, mindfully, as how I have explained in the first point, and that is to identify your emotions, and then you need to take responsibility of whatever you say. It's not just that being impulsive and saying things, and that does more damage. So think about it and then react. So become more responsible, and that is again one of the aspects of being more emotionally mature, whereas in you take responsibility of what you say. Just don't be impulsive and just say or do things. Be more responsible and take more responsibility in your words and for your actions. Point number 3 that I would like to suggest you all is that, in case if you all are unable to understand, or if you all are finding it difficult to behave or handle situations, look for a role model. Now again, I'm talking about looking for a role model, I don't want you to just grab any rubbish or stupid role model that actually further disintegrates your mental status and your mental health. Look for a role model who is more calm. Look for a role model who's more poised and articulated and more sober. And I think that should be one of the rules to, find a role model who is gentle, optimum, and not very impulsive. So look for a better role model when you want to, when you are in confusion, or whether you want someone relatable. So look for a role model that's better. Like a better version throughout, not just in because you like it. No, see the other aspects also, and if it fits your bill, then make them your role model and try and learn things from them when it comes to emotional manageability, and being an acting as an emotionally mature person. The next way that I would like to advise you guys is that keep a thought diary. that is very essential. I mean, journal writing or anything where you can scribble how your day went and how someone made you feel, or how you're feeling throughout the day, or how you're feeling at the end of the day. It's very essential to understand how you felt and what you felt throughout the day, and to go back to it the next day, go back to the previous day and see, and then maybe you can have more clarity how you need to manage certain things. So always keep a record of things, and then again, after a day has passed, when you would go back, then you would have, I mean, for example, let me give an example. Today you are angry and you are having a lot of anxiety and irritation. So jot it down that I'm angry with this, I'm having agitation, I'm very irritated with this. And after a couple of days, maybe next day or the second day, then again you come back to this page. When you are in a better mood, then you come back to this page, and then you understand, and then you will have a realization that, oh, it was so stupid of me to get so furious and angry in the first place. It was such a silly thing and a simple thing. I shouldn't have had been agitated and angry on this thing. I should have been able to manage it more properly. So this is where the manageability comes in, when you record things and keep it there, and then again you come back and you have your own introspection and reflection, and then you get more clarity. So I mean, you always don't have to refer to someone else or some books, but you can always come back and see, okay, that was a little stupid of me. I shouldn't have had done this. That was very weird of me. I shouldn't have had reacted in such a way. So record it and keep it, and always come back and see where you went wrong. And I'm sure, I mean, like, it does help. These things does help you and make you to an extent more self-sufficient and not codependent on others for all of these things. The next way that I would like to advise you guys is that learn to be open-minded. See, everyone thinks in a different way, everyone feels in a different way, and I mean, if you see, not all five fingers are the same. So how can you expect every human to think and function in the same way? So have an open mind. Having an open mind actually acts as a buffer, so that you don't get affected very quickly. So having an open mind, you understand, you tend to understand and give room to the person that you're dealing with, that okay, that person might be stressed or agitated, that is the reason that person is behaving in such a way, or maybe that person is not understanding certain things and reacting in certain way. So this you can only observe if you are having an open mind. If you are having a very closed mind, and if you have already generalized everything, that no, this is good, this is bad, this is how it is. So if, I mean, the moment we start generalizing, that is the time we turn into a very fixed mindset. We turn into a fixed mindset, and fixed mindset doesn't help you evolve and grow as a better human being. So always have an open mind and try and understand, observe and try and understand why that person is behaving and reacting in such a way, and then come up with your emotions, or then instruct your emotions, if at all you have to instruct, or if at all you have to feel. Because the more observant you become, the more open-minded you become, the less emotional you would become. You wouldn't become like an emotional fool. So the more open-minded you are, the more rational you are, you will tend to be a little less emotional. Some people say, oh no, I'm highly emotional. See, I mean, highly emotional means that you are emotionally immature and fragile, and anyone can fool you and hurt you at any point of time. So that's not a good thing. That's a kind of a weakness. So in order to become strong, first we need to have an open mind, and we need to observe things before reacting to it. So that helps, and that adds more of these stronger building blocks to our emotional maturity, and we tend to act more maturely rather than being impulsive and being foolish, as some people often translate it as being very emotional. No, I think that's foolishness. One needs to be mature rather than being a fool. And the next way that I would like to propose is that embrace reality. See, the moment we embrace reality, it gets easier. we shouldn't be in that dream or that mindset that, oh no, this would be good and that would be good, or this might become good or that might become good. No, I mean, however the things are, accept it and accept the reality and fact that is in front of you. If you want to connect to it, connect. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to take it, don't take it. So accept reality, accept the thing that is in front of you. If someone is bad, you need to leave or stay away from that person, right? You just cannot be emotional towards a bad person and drain yourself emotionally and just mess yourself up, because that reaction of yours is absolutely emotionally immature, and that is not going to affect or influence the other toxic person you're dealing with. So instead, you need to identify, embrace the reality, and then work accordingly, rather than having all that story and thinking of patterns that I might fix this, I might fix that. No, accept the reality how it is and react accordingly. There is no point in being in denial or deceiving your own self or deceiving others. Just be yourself and accept others the way how they are, accept situations the way how they are. It makes things more simple. See, emotional maturity is all about handling things more maturely and making life more simple. If it's complex and if there is too much of pouring of emotions here and there, something is wrong. You need to work on it. So that was the next point that I wanted to suggest you all. And the other point is pause and be patient. See, as I said it before also, that rather than jumping to conclusion or generalizing things, just pause and be patient and observe things. First, observe how, what emotions you are having when you are in a situation. So only when you pause and you are patient, you would be able to observe it better, rather than just jumping to conclusion or landing up generalizing things, or just expressing things in a very weird way and not handling things maturely, or maybe in a way hurting the other one or being hurt yourself, or showing your own weakness by being overly emotionally impulsive to certain situation. So the best way is to pause, observe, and be patient, not to just jump. If someone said something, not to just jump. Just see, understand where the person is coming from, why that person is saying, and how you need to handle. If you think it is toxic, you don't like it, you don't want to engage to it, why to have good and bad emotions? Just, stay away from toxicity. If you're not liking something, stay away. If you're liking something, look into it, observe it, and then go ahead with things, rather than just jumping to conclusion and setting up a notion, good or bad. So just be patient and pause and see. Then you would understand things better, and then you would have more clarity as to how you need to react. So there should always be a kind of a reflection, a self reflection that you need to do within before reacting. So you have to hold on to the horses of your emotion thing that you have. Just hold on to it, control to it. Don't just jump into it and let it loose. So be patient and pause for a while and then react to it. And the last way that I would like to suggest you guys is that live in the present. See, tomorrow, for example, tomorrow, or rather yesterday, somebody came and said very horrible things to me, and I did not feel good, but I did not become emotional. I decided that I should cut off from that person, or stay away, or avoid. Now that day is gone. I took the decision yesterday. I met that person. I took the decision yesterday, and now I am in today. So I don't really need to ruminate over yesterday. Yesterday was done. I did feel in a certain way. Then I analyzed and realized that this is not what I want. This is not or rather I would prefer, to feel. And then I put a full stop yesterday. I should not bring yesterday into today, because today is a new thing. Today should be reserved for new challenges, and today should be only reserved for today, not for yesterday or not for future. So I mean, sometimes what happens is that we first of all, we are conditioned to be such emotionally fragile, and I think the first credit I would like to give is the dysfunctional family and the narcissistic parents, where they want the child to be so emotionally codependent on them that they don't function without them, and they raise their kids in such a way. So I mean, like, because of that, what happens is that we don't know, or rather we don't learn how to emotionally manage ourselves, or rather manage our emotions in a proper way. And that is the reason we are just a wreck, a mess. Either we become emotionally codependent, or we become emotionally so fragile and prone that we are hurt every now and then, or in extreme cases, I mean, like, we experience emotional numbness. So right way of upbringing, and also a good way of bringing a child is essential for the emotional and mental health, because it is the emotions that make us feel in a certain way, and that making that feeling that we have with our emotions, that feeling actually gets imprinted. So for example, if I'm in a toxic relationship and a person keeps on abusing me, and verbal abuse, so that is being registered if it is happening on a daily basis, and that further creates a watermark. That watermark goes so deep that it reduces my confidence, and it lowers down my self-esteem. So I mean, again, going back to square one, if you see, I was not taught how to manage my emotion, and this is how emotion and feelings affected me, and this is the outcome: low self-esteem, and low confidence. So this is how it impacts. So understanding emotion, managing them more wisely and maturely, is very essential for a healthy mind. And if your mind is healthy, you will feel healthy and you'll feel happy. So yes, this was all about emotionally mature, whether you are emotionally mature and what it is to be emotionally mature. And I hope you guys like the video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And in case if you have any queries, and if you want to have any consultation with me, you can always reach out to me at sarakhankalidasi@gmail.com. And yes, please have a great day ahead. And remember, you are the best. Just at least tell yourself that you are the best once in a day, and see how you feel throughout the day. Have a great day. Bye.